Thanks for joining me here at Wizards Whimsy. I'm your host, Patrick. We're talking about the cEDH Rules Committee. They just announced today that it is ending the project. They posted in the Discord and they've also posted on their website. To the cEDH community, after careful consideration, we regret to announce that the cEDH Rules Committee project is coming to an end. We made it clear that if we believe this project would divide the community rather than unite it, we would not hesitate to step away. Unfortunately, we have reached that point. While we believe that a project like this is feasible, its success depends on being built organically from within the community itself. cEDH is a vast and diverse group filled with amazing individuals from various backgrounds, but uniting everyone under a single vision has proven to be incredibly difficult. For a similar group to be truly effective, it must encompass the perspectives from a much larger portion of the community. Despite the challenges, we remain optimistic about the future of cEDH. The format continues to grow, and we are confident that it will evolve in exciting and positive ways. We hope that future efforts to bring positive changes to the format will succeed if they come directly from within the community we all love. Our goal has always been to foster unity and mutual respect, and it is vital that we all continue to support one another, even in the face of disagreements. We're all part of this community because we share a love for cEDH, even though we might have different perspectives on how to make it better. Thank you to everyone who has supported this initiative. We look forward to watching the continued growth and success of the cEDH format. Sincerely, Evan Pierce, Freedom Waffle. With the cEDH Rules Committee disbanding and shutting down, there is a disparity that still needs to be addressed whenever it comes to competitive play. The first disparity is that 50% of the top 10 decks for the past almost 2 years has been a Grixis shell deck, meaning it's either been Grixis or Grixis X, meaning Grixis plus additional colors. The Rules Committee was trying to unban some cards just for tournament play that could open up other decks and make other decks more viable to compete against the Grixis decks. There's a disparity between player 1 and player 4. So if you're always getting seated in the first position, going first, you're 10 to 20% more likely to win than the person that is seated in the fourth spot. And they were wanting to address this disparity and work on that. Hopefully the EDH Rules Committee will see that there is definite interest in cEDH and that they need to actually look at it and the ban list. Now, I've already stated before, whenever I talked about the ban list before, that it needs to be readdressed and looked at, and that they actually need to come up with a criteria for banning the cards and then look at each card that they have banned and see if it actually meets that criteria. When you look at the reasoning behind all the bans of all the cards, because you can look at it on their website, they're all over the place as far as why they're banning the cards. So again, something that I mentioned in my previous video about the ban list, that they need to actually look at and develop a criteria for banning cards, because if you're going to ban a card because of price, then you need to actually have what that price is. That way, if any card gets to that price, it gets automatically banned. The same goes for whatever power level or whatever the card actually does. There needs to be a criteria that is set in stone of these are the reasons why we ban these cards, and then actually ban them if they need to be banned or unban them if they do not meet that criteria. Now, I do hope that the community actually continues to grow, and I hope that there's some way that we can figure out the disparities between your Grixis decks being the most dominant decks and the disparity between seat 1 and seat 4 whenever it comes to tournament play. That is, one thing that I'm actually hoping can be addressed, and I have no idea when that will be addressed. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think about the rules committee disbanding. They stuck to their word. They said that if it looked like it was going to disrupt the community or divide the community, that they would shut it down. And that is exactly what they saw happening. And that is exactly what they did. They went ahead and shut down that. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that and what your thoughts are on competitive Commander in general. And what do you think could be done to fix the disparity of the most powerful decks being the Grixis Shell, and what the disparity between seat 1 and seat 4, and how that could be addressed and fixed for competitive play. And until next time, keep slinging those spells.